This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Okay, I did something over the holidays, and it was extremely cathartic. I want to tell you all about it because
Okay.
I think this may make everyone feel good if you do this.
Like, is it something I can do too?
Absolutely, but it's scary.
Okay,
and
scary.
you may not want to do it. Yeah, it's a little scary.
My personality is the opposite of wanting to do anything scary.
Okay. Well, let me tell you. You can decide at the end if you want to do this or not. But you know that random bag of cords, wires, and chargers for God knows what that we all have.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it's in your closet.
Mine's in a drawer.
It's in your. Oh wow, you can fit it in a drawer. Okay, yeah, mine's in a closet, and mine's fat. Mine's bloated, and we never throw anything out of this bag. Like this bag only gets bigger; it doesn't get smaller, right?
Right.
When we're so scared to throw it away because we think we might need this cord for something someday.
There's going to come that day where you're looking for the charger for something. You're like, I should have checked the cord bag.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, and then we never. Yeah.
And even when you check the cord bag, it's not in there.
And good luck if you actually, they're all so tangled, it'll take you forever. So I did something. I stared this thing down because I'm in a condo. There's not a lot of space. This thing was like taking up a huge chunk of my closet. I looked at this thing and I go, screw it. And I got rid of it.
No, you didn't.
I got rid of the
You
whole
just threw
bag
it in the garbage?
No, there's places you can Google places near you that
right.
accept batteries and old electronics. You can take it somewhere and dispose of it properly. But I got rid of it and it felt so good. Instantly. I don't know exactly what was in there. Will it come back to haunt me one day? Maybe, but unlikely.
This doesn't sound cathartic to me. This sounds
it feels
so
great.
scary.
I bought myself new space.
But now I would just live in fear of, I'm gonna need that thing, and I bet you the cord was in there.
I couldn't even, you know what question I asked myself before I chucked it? I go, when was the last time I actually went into here and was relieved to find a charger or a cord for something that I needed? And I could not think of a time ever. So I'm like, I'm getting rid of you.
See, I have this like a neck and shoulder massager, and I can't find the cord to charge it, and it's great, but I can't find the cord.
Is it named Paul?
Well, it's become Paul, so he's looking for it too. I've gone into that drawer looking for it, knowing it's not there, but I keep going back, hoping that maybe, just maybe, somebody added to the cord drawer.
Perfect. Well, then you can throw out everything in the cord drawer because it's not there.
No, but
you
then
don't need what's in the cord drawer.
What if something comes? I cannot live my life in the what if.
Okay, listen, I don't want to be held responsible for you chucking it out and then getting mad at me years from now when you need something. But I'm telling you, if you do decide to take the plunge,
Really?
it feels
You're a
great.
new man.
I feel wonderful. It's like I've gotten rid of baggage. It's like I've done a cleanse.
You know what? Now that you mention it, you were kind of floating in on your way in this morning. You were light as air. You're like, I got rid of my cord bag. I feel so good.
This is why New Year, new me.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So over the holidays, I was hosting a lot. We hosted at our place.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Well, we hosted 4 times, and the reason was because we have to put the kids in bed by 8 o'clock, and that means that we cannot go anywhere past 8 p.m., so everybody had to come to us. So then we just ended up hosting a lot.
Again, thanks for the invite.
Well, it's family. Like by the time I got to my side of the family and, Paul's side of them, and then all the cousins, it was all like necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Get together 5 as work friends get together. We just missed the cut.
Yeah. I mean, your family too, but yeah. Anyway, so and the kids were still sick, so you probably didn't want to do that. As I was hosting, all my friends and family were great, and they were like, we are going to help you. So don't worry, because you're hosting a lot. Don't worry, we're going to cook some things. We're going to bring it. It's going to be great.
Like a little, what do they call those? Potlucks?
Like a little potluck.
Potpourri?
No,
Potluck.
just a potluck.
Right, yeah.
Potpourri?
It starts with pot.
That's what you put in your bathroom.
It's one of those get-togethers where everyone brings something, potpourri.
This is why you weren't invited, by the way. So everybody said they would bring something. And that was great because it really, somebody's bringing dessert. Somebody's bringing the ham. Somebody's bringing something extra that helps when it comes to hosting.
You know what I'm bringing? The fun.
You're bringing the fun.
You invite me, I'm bringing the fun.
You're bringing the wrong terms for a potluck. Got it. So that was great. And then they showed up with this help, what they were bringing with them. And the thing is, they were like, can I just use your oven to like warm up the dessert? Can I use your pots and pans so that I can finish my roast? And by the end of it, every single pot was used in my kitchen. Every single utensil was used. Every set of tongs was used. Like everything was used in my kitchen. My whole thing was like, wait a minute. You're supposed to be helping by showing up with a prepared dish, by coming to my home and then using all of my stuff to now make the dish. how is that helping me? Now I'm just doing more work because now I'm trying to help you help me.
They are helping. You didn't have to make anything. They just brought a dessert that probably they wanted to serve fresh, so they had to just pop it in your oven, use a pan. Who cares?
Yeah, but then it's just one more thing for me to wash. It's one more thing for me to find. It's one more thing. Like, do you have this? Can you pass me this? Like, it should be ready to go. If you're bringing something, it should already be cooked, ready to go. Maybe we warm it up. That's about it.
But then you would have got like a McCain cake instead of like a freshly baked dessert.
I think this is thoughtful that they want this apple crumble to be fresh.
That's right.
So they want to bake it there.
Also, don't you have a dishwasher?
Yeah. Just pop it in the dishwasher. How hard is that?
Pots, pans, and like a lot of that stuff you got to wash by hand, and then it takes up too much room in the dishwasher. And I needed the room in the dishwasher because I was hosting for so many people.
She's like, I was hiding things in there.
Yeah. See, Bodhi, what are you doing in here? So this is the hill you're going to die on, really?
Well, it wasn't helpful in the end.
For someone who famously allows their house guests to wear shoes in the home, and you've said on the show you don't mind when people spill red wine on your couch because you have like this cleaning system. This is kind of a weird thing to get bent out of shape about.
Yeah, those things I don't care about. I can fix that. It's just like in that moment that I ended up doing way more than I was expecting to do. Because I was already doing the things that I was responsible for. And now I'm helping you with the things you're responsible for. You're supposed to do it in your kitchen, at home, with your dishes. And then you come here and then you help me just by bringing something and making my life easier.
So let me ask you, can I use the bathroom at your house, or do I need to pee before I come over?
As long as you don't touch the, what was it again? The potluck. The potpourri.
Okay, do you guys agree with Pooja on this? I think she's... I think this one's a bridge too far.
Well, am I alone on this?
Yes.
Yes. In this room,
Really?
yes. Definitely.
Like, you just appreciate the help, period.
Well, if people are coming to my house and they bring something to warm up, I'm like, yeah, just go warm it up. No problem.
Warm it up is a different story, but still cooking it, still like putting it together, using all
But
my
how would they have
pots?
brought it to your house warm?
Yeah, they're not bringing bags of flour. I mean, like, I'm going to bake a cake.
Well, like there was like sauces and gravies.
Yeah, they
and
gotta get
things.
warmed up.
Yeah.
No, like that they had to make from scratch. It was a whole thing.
All right, you let us know what you feel about this. You can give us a shout at 981-981 or call us if you're as fired up as Pooja, 416-872-CHFI.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Apparently, you are not the only one fired up about this, Pooja. A lot of texts coming in here, calls too. You just said you hosted plenty over the holidays. Again, didn't get an invite. You hosted many times, and when you did these potlucks where people brought stuff, you didn't like that people had to do some of the final preparation at your place or use your oven, heat stuff up. It created extra mess for you, and you're passionate about it.
I didn't mind the heating up because, of course, we all want to eat hot food, and I got to heat up the food that I've made too. So the heating up is okay.
But it's using your pans.
It's like making stuff, like actually having to like cook stuff and like using all my pots, my pans, my cutting boards, my tongs, every single thing in the kitchen was used. And that was like more dishes. I already cleaned up from when I had to prepare
if
for
only
stuff.
there was some type of washer that cleaned dishes.
I know, but that's like plates and stuff like that. All the pots, all the extra, the cutting boards. I had to do that. And it was just a lot of extra.
Weird hill to die on,
I
man.
was hoping people would just show up and it would already be made, and all I had to do was heat it up.
Okay, well, let's hear what people think about this rant of yours, Pooch. We got a first-time caller, Scott from Keswick. We love a first-timer. What do you think?
Well, I understand your predicament, and I understand the way you feel about it, but I have to say that I'm with Gurdeep.
Yeah.
Mainly because they brought the stuff at least. Mm-hmm. You got to think about that part. They brought all the stuff. What if you had to cook everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I mean, sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, do you happen to have, can I have some butter? Can I there were some extra things." And I feel like if I just got a
tall tale, this keeps getting crazier.
Well, if I just got a heads up, then I could have been ready.
Like I said, I understand the way where you're coming from, but they did go out of their way to bring the stuff. I mean, at least you didn't have to do all the cooking and all that stuff. I mean, okay, you did have to do the cleanup,
and the intention was good.
Yes, the intention was good, and in my thinking, doesn't everybody come and help you clean up after dinner? I mean, that's what my family used to do.
Yeah, but I wanted everybody to have a good time. I didn't want anybody else in the kitchen. I was like, no, I'll do it. So I kind of took some of it on myself.
So it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, totally. I'm with you. Pooja is going to detail everything in her upcoming memoir, The Ungrateful Host. It's going to be a bestseller. You can get it at Indigo. Scott, thanks for calling, man. We love to hear from you, so keep it coming.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
You too.
All right. Lots of calls, including this one. Amanda from Alliston, what do you think about my predicament?
I am on your side.
You are?
I am.
You're the only one.
So, trust me, I get it. I've hosted a lot of Christmas dinners over the years, and when you ask someone to help, and the same thing, if I go to somebody's house to help, I'm already having something made. Like if I'm going to my sister's and I said I'm going to make the turkey, I make the turkey.
Yeah.
And I bring the whole turkey cooked, wrapped, everything. Maybe, get warmed up, obviously, but not to use her entire kitchen to finish making anything.
Yes. And this was like 3 different
and the same
people.
If I expect somebody else, like my mom, if she came over, she would bake a pie and it would just have to go in the oven to get warmed up after. But nothing would ever have to get made that somebody's bringing to my house because it's already stressful enough.
But Pooja doesn't even want people warming stuff up in her oven.
No, I said warming up is okay. Warming up is okay.
You cannot touch the microwave or the oven.
I feel like necessary, especially because there is so much food.
And plus, I'm warming up my stuff too. Like warming up is okay, but like to actually use all my pots and everything, like I was washing crazy amounts of dishes.
And like not cool that she made me use the outhouse in the backyard. I couldn't use the in-house bathroom. Amanda, thank you. Thank you so much for the call, Amanda.
Thanks. Have a good day, guys.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Pooj, you hosted a bunch of parties over the holidays and you were upset about what?
Well, I had everybody come to us because our kids go to bed at 8 o'clock and then we wouldn't be able to be out past 8 p.m. if we went to them. So everybody was kind enough to come to us. And when we talked about the menu, everyone offered to make something to also help since we were hosting so much. They knew everybody was coming to us.
Love that.
Yeah, I loved it too. And
a little potpourri.
No, a little potluck.
Sure.
And then they showed up and nothing was made. Like they brought all the stuff, they brought all the supplies, but then they had to like use my pots, my pans, my cutting boards, my tongs. Like, they had to use all of my stuff to make the dish that they were supposed to bring.
But they still provided food and brought it and prepared it.
They did.
They just used your dishes.
Like a lot of that, like every pot was used, every tong was used. I had so many dishes to do. And like
you throw it in the dishwasher. What's the big deal?
I had already cleaned up after the stuff I made. And now I had to like clean up after all the stuff that they were making. And then they were in the fridge and they didn't know where anything was. And they were asking me all these questions. And it was like, okay, it would have been more helpful. If you want to help, it would have been more helpful to just come with it already made and then we just reheat it.
For someone who has a beautiful house and allows their guests to wear shoes in the house, and you also famously don't get mad when people spill red wine on your couch because you have this cleaning system, this is a weird flex to get mad about.
I guess I just like, maybe if I had a heads up or maybe if, I don't know, like I feel like maybe I should have just made everything and then I wouldn't have been in the kitchen for as long as I was in the kitchen.
Maybe just stop hosting parties. Okay, what do you think? Are you with Pooja on this one or do you disagree? Sonia and Etobicoke.
Pooja, I'm sorry you stand alone on this one.
Tell us more.
I have had 2 young children and I have hosted for the same reason that you have, because the kids are young and they need their early bed. Right. And I have never asked anybody to bring anything. If anybody had brought something, prepared or otherwise, I would have been immensely grateful.
See, this is the thing. I didn't ask either. They all offered. And then I was like, oh, this is great. This is going to be wonderful. This is why I will host 4 times, because everybody offered to help.
Whether anybody brings anything or not, the mess is still going to be there.
Yes, exactly. When you are hosting a potpourri, you just be grateful for whatever anyone brings. Sonia, thank you so much for the call. We're with you.
Have a good day. Sorry, Pooja.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Jim from Scarborough, where are you at with this?
Actually, you are going to get my support.
I am?
I am. You show up to my place with a meal, it better be ready to go.
Thank you.
People show up with, I'm bringing salad, and they show up and they need your knives because they got to cut it. They want to make their fresh dressing. It's like, get out of my kitchen.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm with you 100%.
Wow, I was not expecting that, but I
Okay.
appreciate the understanding.
I completely understand what you're going through.
Jim, thank you so much for the call.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
You think I'm fired up? Jim just said, "Get out of my kitchen."
Wow. So you don't want anyone using your appliances or your pots, your pans. Can I use your bathroom or should I pee before I come over? That's what I need to know.
You know, it's not a bad idea.
Wow.
Yeah. And
know,
then
I-
next time I host, I'll keep that in mind.
You know I have a small bladder. I can't stay for long. A lot of response to this in the text line and calls. You are getting some support. I'm saying most of the people are saying you're alone, but you are getting a shocking amount of support on this one.
Yeah, thank you. I feel seen for all the people who actually understand what it's like. A potluck, I don't know, go figure. Bring what you said you were going to bring. Don't make it at my house. A little fired up about it. Simran and Mississauga, what do you think? Are you with me on this?
So can I just say I'm on my way to the gym, started up my car, radio's tuned to you guys, and all I heard was how angry Pooja was, and I got so scared. Oh my God, what's going on? And then I just started laughing. So Pooja, you're like so passionate.
I mean, I'm also very dramatic, so
Yeah, she is. Her eyes are very wide, Simran.
yeah.
Okay, well, you couldn't get that over the radio, but I loved it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Pooja. I'm the type of person where my job is always baked goods. I love making pies. I will assemble it at home, but I will use my host's oven, letting them know I need to use it.
Right. And you know what? Maybe the heads up would have been nice too. Just like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna make the ham there. I'm gonna, like, if they told me in advance, maybe, then I would be like, okay, what do you need? And then I could have it ready.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe that's the hybrid solution.
Maybe that would have been
They're
the
going to
difference.
use all your stuff, but they're going to tell you about it 20 minutes before on the way.
Yeah.
You get the courtesy call.
I will say, to make gravy from scratch and all that, I know it's very thoughtful, but sorry, I'm on your side, Pooja, now. That's a bit too much.
Thank
I
you.
get it. All
Thank
the
you.
dishes, they don't know your kitchen, so now you got to figure that all out with them.
Everything, the cutting boards, all the counter space, like everything, everybody was in the kitchen, and then I was just trying to help everybody, and then I just ended up doing like way more work
You
than
should
I
just
needed
sit down
to.
and be a guest at your own place. Let everyone.
I wish.
Simran, thanks for the call.
All right, bye, guys.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
This is an interesting one. It's show and tell at work day. Show and tell at work?
I like it.
I can't say that I've ever done that before. And like, what would you even do? You just be like, oh, look, let me show you this mic that I speak into and let me tell you what I do. Like, what does show and tell even look like?
That's not what show and tell is. Didn't you ever have show and tell as a kid? You don't show
Oh.
off the things at your workplace. That would be like if like a student was coming to visit us or something. Like, this is right. Show and tell is where you like bring something from home and you
right.
show it to your friends at work, me and Steph.
Okay, see, I probably am blocking it out because in grade school, I remember doing that and everything I brought in, it was not worth showing or telling. Because then you start to do the comparison to, you know, everybody else in the class and they bring in like really cool things and I
You're
never
bringing
got
in,
cool
like,
things.
Your pet rock, basically?
I brought in, like, once I got a crossword puzzle book for Christmas and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And I was like, this is what I got. And I was showing it off. And then everybody else came with like actual great toys.
Right.
And I had my crossword puzzle book.
I'm gonna support you on that because I love a good crossword.
Well, now.
I support that.
Now that you're 41 in kindergarten, they're like, we don't like her.
She's like, it's okay. This is going to help me with my vocabulary, and I'm going to grow up to be a successful host one day.
Yes. And not know what show and tell is. Okay, so then let's bring it to present day. What are you bringing in to show and tell with your coworkers? That's weird.
Well, if it's got to be something kid-like,
It doesn't have to be kid like. It could be anything. It could be in your home.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to go with, I'm going to bring in my my hockey card collection from when I was 10.
Really?
Yep. I've got them all in like the good ones in hard packs. I've got like full sets, like a pro set, upper deck, the score. I've got them all in binders. The really nice cards are in like screw down hard covers. Like I've got I went to these trade shows.
Oh gosh. Okay. Is this what the show and tell is going to be like? Because
Yeah.
it's riveting.
I'll tell the story about when I met Ed Belfour and I lined up and he let me touch his mask and he signed my card and then I still got it in the hard pack.
You can see
in
how
mint condition.
You can see how this can go not well, right? Your coworkers are just
Whatever.
going to be like, okay.
Steph
like,
thinks it's cool. She likes hockey.
oh.
Yeah, to a point.
You know what I would bring in? I would bring in my heated mouse pad because I'd want to
You have
make
a
everybody.
heated mouse pad?
Yeah.
I thought you have a heated coffee mug thing?
I like to heat things.
Why do you
I
have a
like heat.
heated
What does that even
mouse
do?
pad?
That should not
If
even.
your hands are
That's not a real.
cold-
That's
I
not
don't
a
think
real
your
thing.
electronics are supposed to be heated.
Yeah.
If your
that's not a real
hands
thing.
are cold, then you can move the mouse around and it's like surrounded by heat. You're going to be jealous. I'm bringing in something. This is payback for when I was in grade 2.
I thought.
And nobody liked my crossword puzzle book. Now I'm going to have the coolest gadget going, and my coworkers are going to be jealous.
Before today, I thought the dumbest invention I'd ever heard of was Pooja's coffee mug warmer.
That only works on ceramic mugs, not your travel mugs.
And it's collecting dust, and you use it twice. But I stand corrected. The dumbest invention I've ever heard of is a heated mouse pad for your palms.
Oh, dear. Producer Stef, what would you bring in?
Okay, I would bring my dog in, but we're not allowed to. I'd totally bring Coda in. You
that's
could bring
a good
coffee
show
in.
and tell.
I can show you Coffee's Instagram. How's that for show and tell?
Yeah, it's not not the same.
You do that every day.
But it reminds me of I think it was grade 2 we had show and tell.
Yeah.
And the dumbest thing I brought in, which I thought was going to be the coolest thing, is I brought my hamster.
Oh.
But I didn't bring it in the cage because I lived at the end of the field. And so I put him in my pocket.
No, you didn't.
I did, and he stayed in there until like lunchtime.
Oh my God.
And it was a disaster because he kept wanting to come out after.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but she liked me, so she was like, okay,
Did he just sit there all day, like
he
taking
did,
you
but
in
he tried to
class?
come out, and then I'd like feed him. I had brought his like sunflower seeds. Then he took a poop in there.
He puts on his little hamster glasses during math class. He's like taking notes.
He helps you with problem solving.
Yeah.
You know what? I stand corrected. Show and tell at work, bringing a hamster and putting it in your pocket is genius.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.